you say hi?
Hi.
Hello, everybody. I'm David Austin with davidaustingallery.com. My guest artist today is my son, Hugo. So we don't have a sitter, so he's going to join us for the show today. He's going to be working with Sargent Art tempera paints, possibly some paint sticks. Both of these are from Michael's. We love Michael's. They have been a really great resource locally for stuff. He's given it the thumbs up. We have fun going and shopping for all kinds of new things for our mixed media work.
Yep.
And then today I'm going to be working with our wonderful Royal Talons supplies. It includes the Echoline mixing colors. This is a liquid watercolor. I'm going to be working a little bit probably with some of these acrylic inks as well, because I got some really fun colors in. And then I'm also working on their Van Gogh watercolor paper. Look at the size of this book of watercolor paper. So we'll be answering technical questions.
Thank you.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Good.
Yes.
My gloves are coming off.
Your gloves are coming off already? I'm gonna put my gloves on. You can start painting now if you want.
Okay.
So we're kind of painting together. We'll see how this goes.
Okay. This is the
But
guy.
We've been videos lately, so
Yeah.
we thought we'd just get in this week.
Yeah, so we do have, we have some in October. We have another guest about mid-October, I think, right?
Yes, we did.
And that's exciting.
Oh, and
Another
next
regional
weekend we're
fair.
gonna have our show in somebody else's studio.
That's right. Oh, with Maggie Fuller
Yeah.
down in Video.
Med Video. It sounds
Meta
just
Video
like
or
it's spelled. Minnesota, way down south from us.
Yeah, it's going to be a long drive. She was one of our guests previously. Sorry, we've been a bit under the weather, so coffee was necessary today.
Yeah, we had a summer cold.
The last show we were at wasn't great, and just so you know, not every show you do is going to be a success.
No, it's not.
On the other hand, we sold another painting from the restaurant right down the street, Lake Superior Brewing. So very nicely packaged. They come in these beautiful little.
By the way, these
pieces.
are available on our website.
Yes.
This exact set.
These are the liquid watercolors. So can you see this surface okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to play a little bit with some different techniques that I've learned. I'm not really looking to make a finished painting for you today. I'm more of just exploring a little bit. And I think also this paper has two different kinds of textures on it. So there's a more coarse side and a little bit smoother side. Yeah. Wow, look at the glitter paint. That's really cool.
Can you please paint the head with me?
I can outline the head for you. Does that help? Would you like me to outline it?
But it will need some of those.
Well, I'm going to do it with this right here, which is some of that. Where do you want the head?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome
right
to
there.
our studio.
Well, I can't mix it in with that.
Okay, and then right here.
Then let's get, how about we do it with this?
The
Paint
whole
stick.
family's in here.
Where do you want it again? Show me where you want it.
Right here.
Right here? A big head? There you go.
Now I will make the eye.
He likes Bigfoot.
It's usually the eyes is I saw very video thing, but also I saw red eyes.
Oh, okay. Well, you do some red eyes. So I just have some very watered down watercolor here. And this is a glaze brush, a flat wash brush. This is from Princeton Art and Brush Company. Really excellent brushes. I use a lot of them. And I'm just going to show you a little
Even
technique
looking like Bigfoot.
that I like to do.
It is looking like Bigfoot.
Why is this round circle?
So I'm going to take, this is the Echoline green.
That's a round circle.
That is a round circle. That's a head, right?
Yep.
I'm going to spray a little bit.
But it's usually just like
I'm going to get the white. The white is a really nice coverage for these.
that.
Oh, I like it.
Now you
What's
see,
your
the head
favorite
is-
color, Hugo?
Like that. Red.
Red. Right.
It's like that. The head is like that. Like
okay,
that.
let's see, the black
Head
is
is just like that.
right here.
Just like that. Do you see that?
I do see that.
I think that's gonna be the moon.
So the fascinating thing is You can use some of the techniques that you would use in other kinds of drip pour techniques. And you can see where I put the water down, or in this case, I put a tinted water so that I could then illustrate what happens when you use and squirt in with the different colors. The color will stay within the confines of where you brushed. And that's really fascinating. It creates these little universes in there. We'll do a little bit more with that on this one. Next time we'll use some of the inks. Got hot pink in there. Wow, I like that.
That one of them.
There we go. Now that's bright and shiny. Beautiful. So you can really see how these reflex colors from Royal Talons. This is the Amsterdam acrylic ink. See how that spreads within that again? So you can really utilize this technique in a number of ways, a number of methods.
Hey, can you paint with me?
What color do you want on here?
Look at
How about the red? You want the magenta?
This is.
Can I do magenta right
For
here?
the roses, Poetically Beautiful 88.
And let's mix some of the hot. And then why don't you take one of these, let's pull it down together.
Okay, but I'm still working on another big one.
Well, okay, you want it? See, look at that.
Whoa,
I know.
whoa, whoa.
So this is actually another technique you can use with the watercolors too. You can see the pattern that is underneath there. When you go really light like this and pull the color across, that's really nice. And then when you scrape it like he's doing, the pattern underneath will reveal. I like the translucent nature of these tempera paints. They're a lot of fun. You can layer things up. It's exciting. Okay, back to this one real quick here. So then I have the Echoline. These are the brush markers, and this is a watercolor again. And it's just really nice color. And I can come right in close to the edge of that, and it'll draw.
Does it look like Bigfoot?
It does. I think it looks a lot like Bigfoot.
You
see it
covered
drawing
the
in?
foot! You covered the foot!
Well, we can always paint over it, buddy. And if it does get a little bit too watered down, just brush it on something absorbent and you can start up again.
I have to start all over
Here,
that.
I got an idea.
Oh.
That's white. That's
Here.
white.
We like to use
White
unscented
stuff.
baby wipes.
There we go.
There you go.
You didn't want paint there. You wanted a foot there.
Yes.
He's got very particular art opinions on things.
Everybody should.
Yes.
There you go. Can you draw your foot now?
Yeah.
All right.
So let me get another color on here. I like the yellow a lot. You can brush these on as well. You can simply put it on with the eyedropper. And then you can use your palette knife, whether it's a big one or a little one, and you can actually draw that
I need that
watercolor
to
across
wash off.
and get a lot of coverage.
Oh, yeah, I need something washed off. Yeah.
We're never sure if it's going to work painting within here.
I
We
need
want to share
that
our photo with
washed
the
off.
babies.
Yeah.
Where do you want it gone?
Right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
This or this?
There.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Worried.
Is that what you wanted? Okay.
So you can use your pencils in here as well. This is just a Brunzel pencil. And highlight. You can draw right into this. when it's wet.
Man,
You have a lot of complaints over there for a
I
little
need
artist.
some more of maybe like
Okay, where do you want me to wipe this time?
right there.
Oh boy.
Right there? How's that?
So the
No,
thing is, when
some
you're mixing
more.
the acrylic and you're mixing the watercolors, you do have to remember that you're going to have to treat it as a water media piece when you fix it. So if you're using the Degas fixative from Spectrafix, and then you're going to use the Final Fix later too. And remember, when you spray it, be very, very thin on the spray, very light layers, like 3 or 4 to fix it, because otherwise it'll affect the watercolor immediately. So you have to be very careful when you're fixing the watercolor. And then this is the acrylic ink again from Amsterdam. We're just going to go ahead and do another stripe of that. Another stripe here. Take the watercolor.
Would you like your Play-Doh, Hugo?
No.
This is the white.
And here's my Bigfoot.
That's your Bigfoot? Whoa.
And I need to
So everybody shows you techniques using brushes and such. And I'm just trying to show you some other options that are available using other techniques. And here's for example, here's a smaller palette knife. You can get some really nice effects with that. You see how it's blending? I don't know, can they see any of this?
I'm doing it all. I need some more wipes.
No, I don't think you need more wipes.
See? Look at that.
Now this is the big
Look at
swipe
the finger.
with the big. What I like working with the watercolor paper is the fact that
Yes.
the initial layers fit into, or they absorb into the paper. And that's really fascinating to me, that you can get it to absorb and then scrape it down the top layers and you get a different kind of effect.
There's the fingers.
There's the fingers. There you go.
Man. Oh, yeah. I have to start over then.
I think you just like having you wander over here.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
I think
I
there's a whole nother ulterior motive.
Want me to
going
wipe
on.
this off again?
Huh? I tossed.
He's obsessing on a particular technique, but it's good for you to know that you can actually clear a canvas like this.
Ow, ow.
And there's other, I can do that on mine too. So can't beat them, join them.
Here you go.
So
All
you
gone.
can get layers off to a certain extent down in there. It's a water-based media, so you can remove layers and work back down through. And this can be a really good technique for blending as well. And you can create different effects.
Move that ace cup out of the way. There we go. Now we have an actual view.
So there's a couple. I'm going to throw that.
Oh,
over.
well, Poetically Beautiful, you can see the whole thing on other platforms after this is over, because I know TikTok deletes them. But you can find us over there, and you and your daughter can paint with us later.
Yeah, for sure. Now here's another one. Just get a normal spray bottle.
We're here every Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Central, guys.
And now I can take and do, let's see, what color should we use now?
Oh, you got your fingers right. Look at that. You got what you wanted, didn't
Nice fingers. Let's get a gold. Yeah, light gold. This is the acrylic ink light gold. They have a lot of really nice
Right.
metallics.
So that is a metallic
I'm a
gold
little
with the
bit
watercolor?
thirsty.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a little bit
Hey.
thirsty.
You're thirsty. Did you
You got I didn't bring any out.
I know that.
You got a little bit of the breakfast in there.
Mhm. Didn't have time to brush my teeth.
We,
I mean,
we were really pressured on time.
sorry.
All of
I
us
need
slept
to
in.
get behind.
Okay.
Oh
Okay,
man,
here we
I'm
go. Bombs away.
Where do you want it?
coming through. I am don't put it on the moon.
On the moon?
All over.
Okay. Do you want some help with that?
Yep, I need to slide it over there and then
Okay, I'm
slide
gonna
it
spread
back
that over
here.
more.
Turn it
Water.
Sir, no.
Well, this way you can stay right here.
Okay.
If I just turn it. And I'm sorry, there's pepper in my teeth. There we go.
This is the Echoline again.
This is
And while it's wet, you
usually
can actually use your fingers and blend things in.
Oh, thanks, you guys, for the David's paintings on the wall there.
So I just wanted to show you, again, we're showing you different kinds of techniques today, not really intending to make a finished product, but these things always end up
Look at
being developed for you.
Look at that.
So that's nice. Adds a little pop of color in
That's
there.
probably enough paint for that.
Yeah, that's enough, buddy. You know I don't limit you much, but that is excessive amounts, even for you.
Now I think I'm done painting with.
He's using gold.
I'm done painting with these brushes.
Yeah, the problem is you're going to get your hands all dirty, though.
Oh man.
Fortunately, these products are relatively safe as far as we know.
If you really want to take them off,
You may.
Whoa.
Well, I know it's goopy, isn't it?
It's 3 feet down. That's like a volcano there.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Stardust.
So there, look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? So letting that, and this is part I find fascinating. It's like performance art. You know? I stare at the paint quite a bit off and on. So again, that was a watercolor paper. It's 140-pound paper. It's just stuff comes in a giant pad. I don't think it's necessarily hot press or cold press. It's just kind of a medium texture. One side's smooth, one side's a little bit more textured. And then I just soaked it with some water and did some drops of the acrylic gold ink. And then I sprayed it again. And then this is just the cyan, which is just beautiful. That's a beautiful color, primary cyan. We can fill in with this, with the watercolor. I like the different effects I can get using the two different material. They're in the same kind of bottle, right? But I like the fact that we can really play with these colors. Actually, I'm going to do it bright orange. That'll show up better for everybody.
Anybody have any questions this morning? Anybody want to see a technique with the Echoline liquid watercolors? Just ask, and I'll see if I can get them to cooperate on the other side of the camera.
Good luck.
Now,
Thank you for the follow, Army Cottage. Thank you for the follow, Tanya.
guys. Look at that. Paint over
You're
the
painting-
eyes.
Oh, you're painting over the eyes.
So this is just
Cool.
simply, this is actually one of my favorites too. This is a Princeton brush as well. It's, I can't remember what it's called. Maybe I can read it. No. I don't remember what number this one is. It's so hard to read it. But it is 1/2 inch. And it's a very, very absorbent brush. And now we can just use the brush too if you want to use the brush. If you want to see actually finished artwork, then please go through our website at davidaustingallery.com. Now, if you have watched our show even once or twice, we do have something we're requesting everybody to do. It costs you nothing and it helps us immensely
Yes.
as a family.
Play without fear.
Well, yes, that's one thing. You should go out and create without fear. That's right, Hugo. That's very nice. You're doing a great job. But we have a survey on our website that takes 1 minute to fill out.
6 questions. It's completely anonymous.
Yes.
We are trying to seek philanthropic funding to keep going, and we need these surveys filled out to approach those philanthropies.
Yes.
So if you could please just go to our website, spend literally 1 minute filling out 6 questions. It's yes or no. So you can leave comments if you want. I need 1,500 of them,
Yes.
and I only have a couple more weeks, so I need your help, please.
Yeah, we do have a deadline with them, but they wanted to know in what ways the show may have helped you, for example, through the recent times, and then also there's a place you can suggest things you'd like to see.
Man.
One person, or I think a few people, want to see a little more addressing technical things, and that's kind of why I'm
All
doing
done
this
with my painting.
specifically with this product.
All done with my
You're all done with your painting. Wow, that's impressive. Do you want your Play-Doh now? You want to work some Play-Doh? So anyway, it really, really, really is going to help us to have that survey filled out. We need a lot more respondents at the moment. We've had some wonderful things that people have
Now, this
sent
I
to us. We
don't
don't know
need
who is
the
sending it, so
right?
that's
I don't need the drugs.
anonymity.
Yeah, it's completely
What are you looking
anonymous.
for?
Something, I don't know if you want really.
Oh, that's
Play
fine.
in
This is
your-
the back side of
Oh, okay.
the painting. I didn't have any. I
You
didn't
can
get
take your
enough.
gloves off, did you? Okay.
So now I'm just dropping in some white.
There.
These are simple techniques, but you can get some really
Hey,
fascinating
can I do it?
effects doing this. So I'm just dropping it right in, letting it splatter into the very moist paper.
Moist.
Moist. And that, can they see almost the stardust kind of thing. Is that possible if they see it?
I don't know if either of these phone cameras are going up anymore. No.
Yeah, we need to. That's the other thing is we need to upgrade our phone cameras. We've upgraded to the other cameras too, but
Let me just zoom in here on that big camera.
I'm gonna get this wet again and do something more. Do some. What I like about both the water, so that was the watercolor white that I was putting on there. I like the opacity of it. It's really, it's amazing.
I don't put it to me.
Put it to you.
You're on the camera, kiddo.
You're on the camera. Don't you worry about it. Oh, the opacity is just so impressive. I'm going to take just the small knife here and just kind of fog out some of the areas. And that creates that nice foggy effect.
Can I ask you a really dumb question?
Yes, of course. Please, I
Okay.
need some questions. I haven't had any
I
questions
don't know
today.
who's going to ask me anything. Because I honestly don't think I answered the question. So, what makes liquid watercolor in a bottle different than just taking some watercolor, crunching it to some water, and then painting with that?
Nothing except, well, there's convenience for one thing.
Hey, Daddy.
It's
look.
convenient.
Daddy, look.
Yeah, I know. I see, buddy. Yeah. It's conveniently
Like
done
your
that way.
cooker.
And you can see the techniques I'm doing. You're saving a ton of time. Otherwise, you'd have to grind the pigment, grind it, and you have to water it down. I guess you could just dissolve a thing in a bottle of water, sure. But I love the convenience of this. I don't want to spend time preparing materials. Do you? Does anyone want to spend? Some people really like to. Some people like to make their own oil paints, right?
Yeah.
And their own pigments in watercolor binders with the gum arabic and the mixing of the stuff. And I just want to paint. I just want to sculpt. I don't want to prep all day long for stuff because guess what? We have limited time. So for me, this is a very convenient way to do it. Now, the liquid, we should probably get Jeff back on the show to talk about the liquid, the acrylic inks, because these, you know, they have to have a polymer adhesive in there, right? In the ink to be acrylic. So I don't know how they exactly make these. This is a good question because you can't just add normal water to it, breaks down, and pretty soon the acrylic polymer is not enough for the adhesion to happen. You might as well call it a watercolor. Plus the pigmentation drops dramatically the more water you add to it. The thing I don't know, and the mediums don't work either. They're thicker, almost all of them. The varnishes, the mediums that you put in are thicker. So I don't know how they make these. It's fascinating to me. So we might get Jeff back on the show from Royal Talons, and he can tell us. So this is some nice effects here. What we have going on. Never sure how long this is going to last here. So then another thing we can do is you can take model prints off of some of this stuff. If you have really wet, and this is something I started doing with him because when he was a lot younger, he was using a lot of paint. And, you know, it was about the process. It wasn't about the end result.
Yeah.
So we were doing a lot with just, I was taking model prints off of his stuff. Stop, buddy.
Thank you.
It's coming through.
No, turn it off.
I didn't. Don't get exasperated. It's okay. Welcome to the cast that is the show. You're making too much noise, buddy. That was too much noise. People can't hear the show. You're all right. Hey, come back, please. This music is appropriate for this bit of chaos all of a sudden. So now we're taking some of the black. What did I grab? I grabbed the ink. This is the joys of working with children. We love them. We really do. He'll come back. He just didn't like to be he thought it was a bad situation, so he's reacting that way.
We scared off everybody on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's really loud.
Great. So we're all alone now. We tried to do the family show today, and as you know, not every show works.
Tell us all about it on our survey.
Yeah. People are there filling that out right now.
Oh,
So-
thank you. You did. Somebody just did. Thank
Oh,
you so
thanks.
much.
So this is really fascinating. Now that was the black ink, the acrylic ink. I had to think of what it is because they all look like the same bottle. And then so that was the black in there. And look at how it's moving, creating little filaments in there. It's just really beautiful, beautiful, almost crystalline structures that are created in there. So working wet into wet, similar technique that I use in my other mixed media. As you know, and here's what I try to do. Kristen tried to limit me down to just a few things today. Because if I'm doing a mixed media piece, I'll be all this back here ends up on the surface. And it's hard, I think, for some people to kind of get the hang of some of the stuff we do. I want you to explore. I want you to try new things out and see how it goes. Did you go inside?
I'll swing for a minute.
Oh.
Just stay in where you are.
Yeah, go check on the kiddo. But anyway, so this is really fascinating to do. Let me see if I can find another. Bring this one back down and do something more to it. And I work on multiple pieces at once. Kristen's, if you got any questions, she's not behind the camera right now. She's checking on her kid who was having an issue. Take another mono off of this. Reverse it, take the other side. Well, he's having a lot of feelings today. I heard a lot of feelings.
There's a lot of feelings.
I was actually looking forward to painting with him today, but it's just got a little bit to me. The banging was a little much.
Doesn't help that we're all coming off being sick.
Yeah. But the show must go on, apparently.
No, we didn't do last week.
Well, we were at the show. We were at the art show last week, right? So, again, doing a little bit of scraping. It's kind of nice. Now, let me see. Let's work this in. This is just the white paint stick. I'm just going to go ahead. Even though I said I wasn't going to put extra stuff in. This is a tempera paint stick, and you can find these just about anywhere, really. There we go. It's kind of fun. And you can scratch through that. Use some sgraffito. Again, different techniques you can use. This is not making a finished painting today so much as just exploring what we can do.
Has anybody else explored this tool before, these liquid watercolors?
I'm using the edge and just cutting around, creating some texture and lines. Checking again.
Yeah.
Well, I'll spend some time with him today when you go to the store.
Well, Artsy Cottage hasn't used them yet.
Oh, definitely something fun to do. This is changing over here. This one is evolving, which is pretty fun. Like I said, watching paint dry, it's always a blast. You can re-wet it and get things to spread and move around. Check that out. Now, after you do this, you can consider this a base painting. Like, this is not finished work in my eye. So I might come back later and I can use other types of mixed media over it, drawing on it with pencils, with acrylic markers. If you seal it, you will. If you want to build up the layers, though, you're going to have to seal it. And that's where that SpectraFix, Degas Fixative comes into play again. And get the nicer bottle. Remember, you're going to use very thin layers when you're talking about water media because you don't want it to change, or maybe you do want it to change. Mm-hmm. And then you can rework it some more. So that was that. I don't know what else to say about that, as they say.
I don't know. We see if he wants to come in to finish the video or not, and then maybe
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Or we can explore something else if someone wants to see something else. But I haven't heard anything yet today. He's really upset that I took the mic off, huh?
Yep.
Learn my lesson there, guys. My reaction was probably not the best. I probably could have just talked to him instead of grabbing the mic off, and that's why he's upset. And I don't blame him.
Yeah.
This is what it is when you're an artist in a young family with limited daycare options. You know, you do the best you can every day. And not every day making art or making a video is going to be great. But you do the best you can. You keep moving forward. So that's really the same thing with art. It's a journey. It's a tough journey. And right now we've had some very lows and some pretty good highs, but it's always a challenge. And if you ever want to reach out, feel free. We're happy to talk with as many as we can. We appreciate you visiting us every week, every Saturday morning at 10:30. Today we're a little late because of juggling and anyway. So we're happy you came here today. And what I'll do is maybe we'll do a better version of some of this in smaller chunks, like a little 3-minute thing. And I'll start recording those this week and putting those up for you guys. Because we got a ton of new stuff that came in from Royal Talents. This was last week before the show, before we had to go do the art show. So I've got the Rembrandt pastels. These have been absolutely phenomenal. I did an 8-foot piece with these the other day. Got the new markers came in, just a bunch of stuff, new toys across the board here. I can't wait to check it out some more. So thank you everybody for coming. Anybody that is actually still here. Sorry about the chaos. And we'll see you next time. It's David Austin with davidaustingallery.com. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.